very selective about how they say it. You know, there were a couple of guys I knew. A couple of guys I knew in prison. I had that feeling.
Yeah, that's how you guys roll. It's not usually how we roll. We usually wait till the action happens and then that night.
I was not at the game. I'm not one of the. I'm not one of the. Sorry.
Tickets? Appreciate it. Fair, sorry.
Good. How are you doing?
I just saw cameras.
Carl, how are you? Mm-hmm. Especially in Charlotte.
That's right. I gotta get a special name for you, the Karuk Chase Crew or something like that. Either that or just call you 90 miles an hour.
Dumbass. I guess I better not talk too loud. Makes it on.
That's just books.
That's what I was going to ask. So you would shoot from the side? Where did you shoot? Over there. No, like a real, not a regular.
Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Nothing's going on. We're fine.
Come in closer. Before y'all start recording, this is Dad, Bobby's dad, Bobby, right here, and this is Mom, Ashley. We got aunts and uncles, cousins, and siblings as well. Thank everybody again for coming, and please keep in mind of, what I said. If you wasn't, I don't know if everybody was here. Questions, just be mindful of that, as it is hard on the family. And really, there won't be no general questions answered at the family's request. But we do appreciate everyone for coming out this morning so that the family can, voice can be heard. We've heard a lot of the negative surrounding the situation, and it is hard to hear and bear. So with that being said, I'm going to go on with the family statement. The family of Bobby McKeithen wishes to thank the Charlotte community for your prayers. As parents, we never expected that we would send our son to school and he would not return home. The impact this tragedy will have on the lives of our family, friends, and the community is immeasurable. But we are faithful and we believe God will see us all through. This pain we are experiencing today is a pain that no mother, no father, no sister, no brother should ever have to experience. In spite of the stories and the rumors being told, we want everyone to know that the stories and rumors that you have heard about Bobby being a bully are not true. Countless friends and teachers have spoken out and said that is not, nor has he ever been known as a bully. Bobby was truly a light in our lives. He was a loving brother to his siblings, a child whose smile would make anyone smile. He is already greatly missed by family and friends. Our nights and our days are less bright because he is gone. Although there are so many questions, so many unanswered questions, we ask that you respect the privacy of our family during this time. We have set up a GoFundMe page, and we thank everyone in advance for your assistance. Information regarding the candlelight vigil and funeral arrangements will be announced on Million Youth Marches Charlotte and Salisbury page in the days to come on Facebook and Instagram. And the GoFundMe information is on the Facebook page for Million Youth Marches Charlotte and Salisbury as well. Again, we thank you for your prayers, and please continue to pray for our family, the family of Bobby McKeithen.
Does Mom want to say anything at all just about what he was like?
You don't have to. She doesn't. Dad.
How y'all doing? It's my son, you know, I mean, you never sit here and you know, you see your kids off to school, you never imagine that that's their last moment, you know. Growing up as a kid, you know, he has multiple siblings. It was just like everybody always was attached to him because he was just laid back. He was cool, you know. He was easy to get along with. So when you hear stuff like this that come out, it kind of disturbs you a little bit, you know. And I'm not here to say that kids don't make mistakes because we all do as humans, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, it's bigger than the situation. It's about us becoming like a community to stop getting these guns out here on the street and allowing innocent people to be hurt at a situation like that. But as far as me, like, he's the greatest experience of anybody as a parent is to have children and to see your kids grow up. You know, I'm gonna miss him going to the prom. I'm gonna miss him going to graduation, college. You know, all that stuff, it got stopped because of ignorance. And I mean, it ain't gonna bring him back. And don't get me wrong, I have remorse for the family that, you know, the shooting was done by, because they about to lose the child too as well in the system and stuff. So I mean, I'm not having no hatred or ill will towards anybody about things, but at the end of the day, we, like I said, we have to get to the point where, as a community, as a state, as a nation, what do we do to address this gun problem and save our children? Thank you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you for your gracious understanding. And I was going to ask about that, but I think you've already spoken to it. A gun at the school. There shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be. I mean, I just feel like with the amount of students, and I know that we have a shortage of police officers in the community, and I understand that, but I mean, we have all this North Carolina lottery money. Like, why have we had, like, metal detectors in the school? I mean, it's just only but so much an officer can do to the amount of students that is in that school. And, you know, if a situation was already been brought up that it was rumored going around and they had some kind of awareness of the situation, we just feel like it should have been some more alertness with all the, you know, calls. I mean, we got Facebook, we have Instagram, but we need to use that stuff for, like, positive. Like, you know, they come tell us that our son passed, but nobody couldn't tell us that a situation was brewing. And it's just like that part right there disturbs me, you know. It's like we always want to wait till the situation is escalated, then we want to talk about it. When we had maybe a week or 2 weeks ago that we could address that situation and nobody said nothing about it.
Do you feel like the school could have stepped in?
I feel they should have. I mean, it's been said that they dropped the ball and they knew about it and students were talking about it. So if that was the case, I mean, we have guidance counselors in place. We have officers on site. I mean, pull the student to the side. Let's get to the bottom of it. You know, let's make sure that we can deviate this problem before what happened yesterday happened. And I'm just not to the understanding of how we let that happen.
We haven't been told a lot when you say it was brewing. Is there anything else you can help us to understand so we can ask the right questions?
That part I can't really answer because, you know, I don't know what was really said. I mean, you always, just like we heard, it's the bullying affair. It's this and that. I mean, it's like several stories going around on the media right now. You know, I mean, nobody really knows but Bobby and the young man that did the shooting, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, people talk about what they may assume or what they might thought happened, but unless you was there, we don't really know. So I'm not sitting here trying to sit here and, like, diffuse what's been said, but at the end of the day, the reality of it is my son lost his life. And over foolishness. And that was something that we as a community, as a nation, we could have stopped. And it's just like, you know, we so quick to depict what really happened yesterday. You know, it's, they quit to show the kids crying and the people running and the videos, but nobody, not once, stood there and and said, hey, let's stop the situation 2 weeks ago. Let's call them into the principal's office. Let's talk them to a guidance counselor. Let's do something. You know, let's help your kids out, you know. But now that the situation has got to this, the whole world got something to say something now. You know what I'm saying? We done dealt with this with Florida, the Columbine, Colorado. Why do it always got to be the fatalities of it when the news want to say something? You know, you don't see nobody out here wanting to show the news when people out here trying to help these kids. That's nothing. We don't want to talk about boys and girls clubs and after school church funding things for to help the kids out. Nobody don't want to talk about that until this happens. Now America grieving. Now everybody hurt. You know what I'm saying? All this ain't gonna bring my son back. He gone. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like whatever it is I can say today, it can help some other kid, some parent be a little stronger to ask their kid what's going on. You know, hey, that's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? So I hope whoever listening to see this or heard what I said, you know, parents, take time to speak to your kids. School teachers, if you feel a problem going on, pull that kid to the side. That's what we're here for. So that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Was he the oldest?
Bobby.
No, he was right after my 18-year-old. That's his brother with the black hat on.
How many kids are
I have 4.
So he was the second of 10.
The third.
The third of 10.
Bobby, just so we get it right, sir, your last name?
Mackie.
And Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y.
Yes.
Thank you. One other thing, I think we have one picture that, I don't know, we have another picture of Bobby.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak on that too because the picture that I felt like I had got some picture from some news
Yeah.
that they was trying to depict, and I don't really think we should use that picture because I feel like, I mean, even though I know dreads don't depict who a person is,
Right.
I just feel like they try to make it look like he was
Like
thuggish, and I'm not.
Are there,
So if you have
many
some
of
good
us would be
ones,
happy to
maybe-
use other photos.
We have a lot of photos that can be
What's the
used.
best way for all of us to get them?
Do y'all have a kind of email we can send it to, or?
Okay.
I'll email them to the stations.
Right.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate your understanding.
Thank y'all for coming.
On behalf of all of us. We'd love to meet you in the battle, sir. Your grace and your courage are remarkable.
Appreciate you.
Can I say something?
Tell us your name.
Maury McKeithen. Bobby was a good brother. They saying that he was a bully, but out of my whole life, I never seen him bully nobody, nothing, never associating with bullying. So I don't know where that's coming from. I ain't never seen him as a bully. Nobody has. Everybody loved him. I just don't see how he would be a bully. I don't know where that's coming from.
He was not a bully.
So
He took care of all of his siblings and made sure all of them were okay. He was not a bully. He took care of all of his siblings and made sure all of them were okay. He had the biggest heart. And I have not seen the pictures or videos because I have stayed off of social media because this is not the time or the place for that. But just as many videos as they can pull up of trying to make him into a negative image, we have just as many that will show you who he really was. Because we know him. We're not just looking at pictures and videos. We knew the person. And he had a heart of gold. Everybody loved him. And he loved everybody.
Ma'am, how much did his family and his friends really mean to him every day? They were talking about him.
They meant everything to him. He has a younger sister right over there, Lyra. She's 2. He would do things for her without me even asking, get her dressed, try to comb her hair. Like, that's the kind of heart he had for any of his brothers and sisters.
What do you tell the other kids now?
We tell them the truth, because if we don't tell them the truth, then they'll hear all the lies on social media. So we tell them the truth.
Do you send them to school and feel okay about it?
I don't feel okay about it. And another issue I have, if you don't send your kids to school, if they miss a lot of days out of school, they will potentially send you to jail or prison for that, for kids missing days, but you can't even send them there safely. I sent him to school as I was told I'm supposed to do, and he never came back home. That should never happen. That should never happen. Ashley Mewborn. ASHLEY MEWBORN.
M as in Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And ma'am, what would you want to say to other parents or even to the administration or teachers at the school and everything about this situation?
It was a situation that should have never happened. A child shouldn't have been able to walk in with a gun and be able to shoot my baby in his, just shoot him in his side and kill him. That should never happen. I don't feel safe about the school system. I'm worried about my other kids now because it was just too easy. It happened too easily. So now I have to think of my other options as far as my kids and what to do about them and their schooling and stuff like that. So just a long thought process and trying to get things together and stuff like that. But to the other parents, I would suggest they do the same. I would suggest they do the same. Well, I was notified, well, actually my son Amari, a friend of theirs called and said he heard Bobby got shot. So I started calling the school, no answer. I called them all the way there. Well, not all the way, because then I started calling 911 to see if they had gotten a call about, Bobby being shot. They told me no. Then the phone hung up, so I had to call back, and then the other operator told me no, and then they connected me to Matthews Police, and they said they had gotten a call, but they couldn't tell me anything. So in that time with me driving to the school, because I couldn't find out anything, I could have been to the hospital with him, because that's where he was. So I get to the school, and I can't get into the school because everything is blocked off, and I'm having to hear things from other children. I couldn't get any information. I could have seen him. I feel like I could have seen him at least one last time.
Is there anything, what would you like to have seen us do more in these situations or just going forward?
Well, they need to make sure these kids are safe. Do whatever you have to do. Whatever you have to do. Because as parents, they don't give us a guideline to go by to make sure our kids are safe. We do what's necessary. And they should have to do the same. So that's something they need to figure out. I can't tell them what to do. But something needs to be done. As he was a sweet, loving, caring, compassionate young man who was going to be very successful had he had the chance. But instead of him being able to grow up and prosper, which I knew he would, he went to school and was able to be shot at school and killed. He loved sports. He liked to dance. So I have heard that videos are going around of him dancing. Okay, he's a young man, first of all. He's dancing to his generation of music. You might not understand it because you're not in his generation, but I know a lot of young kids, including having my own young kids, that's just their music. You can never judge a book by its cover and look at him and think you know him from what you see on the outside, because you do not. And I don't care how many videos you look at. You don't know him. And regardless of that, no matter what kind of person he was, whatever kind of person you choose to believe he was, because you don't know and you never will, he still did not deserve to be shot and killed at school. That's just the bottom line.